Hey guys, Sophia here with turquoisetoffee.wordpress.com, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2022 IFBB Pro League Warrior Classic Pro Wellness results. It was a small lineup, but some insanely beautiful, very muscular women. So as a reminder, there were actually 3 shows this weekend, so I have 2 more recaps coming your way, the Girl Power Championships and the Emerald Cup. So make sure you subscribe. I'll be uploading those very soon. Okay, so in terms of Olympia, this is considered a Tier 4 contest. You know the drill. The winner qualifies for Olympia, 2nd through 5th receive the points, and at the end of the qualification period, the top 3 in the points all get to go to Olympia. So there were 5 competitors, so our top 5 is everybody. In first place, Devon, 2nd, Amanda, 3rd, Sheila, 4th, Tracy, and 5th, Lorena. But do not be misled by the small lineup. Everybody looked incredible. These are some top names. Okay, so in 5th place is Lorena, and oh my gosh, she has made some huge changes to her presentation. They are paying off so much. I think she looks absolutely incredible. And the first thing that I noticed was how small her waist looks. She's posing a little bit differently, more open in the chest. The shoulders are really beautifully pulled back. You really notice the hourglass shape, and I think her waist looks so good, particularly compared to the last time we saw her in the top 5, which was at the Caribbean Pro. Like, she looks amazing. Her posing looks beautiful. I think it is really showcasing her quad and the gorgeous definition she has here. From a conditioning standpoint, I think we see a little bit less detail in this back leg than typical, and that's okay. I think it still looks really good. Her abs look awesome. I think there's a little bit too much hair still in front, so it's hiding the shoulders a bit. And I would prefer myself if the shoulders were a little bit more straight level. So that would just be kind of pulling this one a little up in her posing. But like, seriously, I think she looks amazing. I can see the suits a bit different. There's a little bit less coverage on the top. It's more simple on the side versus this one, for example. I think the bottom is coming up a little bit higher. A beautiful, dainty little crystals. Like, I think she looks amazing, top to bottom. I love the lipstick. It's a perfect match. I just love it. So good. Okay, next in 4th is Tracy, who we last saw get 4th at the Boston Pro, and she looks beautiful as well. She has a substantial amount of muscle in her legs in particular, but her arms are really buff too. Like, she looks really good. Very muscular lady. Beautiful shape to her glute and her hamstring. Really nice large quads, a beautiful sweep. I wouldn't mind if the detail was a little bit deeper, if we could see the groove a little more. The oblique is definitely showing, but I'd like it if it was even more chiseled. Her shoulders look really lovely. I do feel somehow that Tracy has this overall appearance. Like, I don't want to say she's leaning, because she's absolutely not leaning, but somehow my eye is drawn like from here to here. And I just wish that this shoulder was pulled back maybe a little more, so that it was just somehow a bit more of an upright. I think that would do an even more amazing job of highlighting the hourglass shape. So like, if she could really, really bend that back and I don't know. I don't even know how these girls do it, because it is so hard to pose perfectly, and she looks beautiful, but somehow I just feel like we could be showcasing the hourglass a little bit more. But overall, I'm so impressed with her size. I think her suit looks beautiful. Her hair is lovely. Makeup is perfect. She looked gorgeous. Okay, next in 3rd is Sheila, and wow, her definition is really nice. I like how much you see the outline of the quad. There's some detail in her back leg. I think her arms look really good, really nice definition, a little bit of vascularity, nothing crazy. You see some detail in her obliques. Like, I think her conditioning is really good. I love her hamstrings. I think she's got a gorgeous shape to the backs of her legs. Her calves look lovely. The only real suggestion, I think she could lower this arm, the whole arm really, but particularly the hand, could be placed closer to her belly button. I think that would allow the roundness to stay in the shoulder. I think it's flattening out because of how high she's keeping her elbow. And that's kind of it. Like, I think her posing is very nice. But yeah, just to kind of alter that hand position, I think would make a really big difference in letting your eye see the hourglass shape and kind of travel a little bit more from top to bottom. But beautiful definition, gorgeous legs, love the obliques. Okay, Amanda in second place looks fabulous. I think this suit color is so beautiful with her hair, with her skin. It's just such a striking shade of blue, and I think it's perfect on her. I think her definition is lovely, really nice detail in her abs. The oblique looks super fantastic. A nice amount of detail coming into her legs with a little bit of definition by her kneecaps. Nothing crazy, not overly defined, but definitely there. And I think she's got a nice shape to her glute. Although I do feel like from a posing perspective, she could be facing a little bit more sideways and a little bit less of a 45-degree angle, just to really show us like the hamstring, the side of the leg, the shape of the glute from the more side angle. But I think her posing is really nice. She does have that more upright kind of stance with the shoulders, and I think it makes the hourglass look beautiful. Lovely detail in her arms. I think her shoulders look gorgeous. Very muscular as well. Just beautiful. I'm sure I've commented on this before. I'm not crazy about the shoes. I don't think the ankle strap does anything to flatter the leg. We want the legs to look, well, I guess you don't need the legs to look super long and lean by any means, but you don't need them to be cut off at the foot. So I would ditch the ankle strap if it was me. But otherwise, I think she looked amazing. Okay, now in first place, Devon, who looks spectacular. I love everything about it. I love her suit. I think it's such a gorgeous color. Her makeup is stunning. Absolutely amazing. Her eyeshadow looks so good. I think her hair looks perfect. It's sleek. It's deep and rich. It's not distracting. It's just a gorgeous color. The hair looks so good. Her posing looks perfect. She's changed where she's placing her hand. It looks extremely flattering to both her skin, but also the shape that she's created. I think it was too high here. This is so lovely. I also see that she's let her foot come just a little bit further away from her standing leg, and it looks amazing. It really widens the lower body. It highlights that gorgeous definition, a beautiful shape on her legs. The posing is just phenomenal. Small changes with significant impact. So I think that's so good. Her definition is crazy. I love it. I love all that detail in the back leg. I think her abs look so smooth. Her waist looks tiny. Her lats are incredible. Her shoulders look awesome. The glute and the hamstring have a really nice balance. You're not overpowered by her legs. She just has such a gorgeous balance. So, man, I think she really nailed it. She looks beautiful. Okay, everybody's side by side. Devon's posing. Yep, she's doing a great job. The hourglass is so good. Like, look at her lats. Look at her shoulders. She's level. She's hourglass. She's showcasing her hamstring. Amazing. I also am really drawn to Sheila's hamstring. I think she has a really beautiful shape with the roundness of her glute and then into the hamstring. Lorena, I think, could have a little bit more of that kind of bubble in the back of her hams. And then Amanda and Tracy, I'm really struck by how muscular they are, particularly in their quads. But I do find that when they turn around, the balance is not quite as beautiful as Devon. So I do think that Devon really had something amazing. She's got gorgeous posing, really nice definition, and a beautiful balance. So here's what I mean. If you look at second and fourth place, I certainly feel that the quads are quite substantial, not in a negative way, but just, I mean, obviously they're placing. Amanda got second place, for crying out loud, right? So the judges are loving the size. But I do feel that Devone has a little bit more balance between the size of her glutes and the size of the quads. Whereas with Amanda, I'm really noticing the sweep, and same with Tracy. Sheila almost looks petite, because compared to our second and fourth place, but the conditioning is beautiful and the shape is also really beautiful. I think Lorena has some beautiful, really nice round glutes, a beautiful hourglass shape. Just overall, everyone looks good. But Devone, I think her conditioning is really good from behind. I like how firm and solid and sharp almost the glute ham tie-ins are. Her hourglass looks really nice. I think Sheila is pinching a little bit too much. The elbows are pointing a little too far back. But man, this was a really impressive, fantastic top 5. I'm so impressed. Okay, so in terms of Olympia, Devone is qualified, Tracy has 2 more points, Lorena has 1 more point, and Amanda is on the list with 4, and Sheila with 3. And we've got 3 more shows coming up this weekend, so a whole bunch of recaps coming your way. Vancouver Island Showdown, Pittsburgh Pro, which is a huge show, and the Florida Grand Prix. So make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss those recaps. Give me a like if you like this video. Comment below what you thought about this gorgeous wellness top 5. And come find me. I'm at turquoisetoffee.wordpress.com and of course on Instagram at turquoisetoffee.